we're gonna go pick up a truck, which is about an hour and a half away. We're gonna bring it back, and then this week we're gonna throw a motor in it because it doesn't have a motor right now. It'll make a good video and have some fun, you know, at the same time. We're ready to burn. The Dodge has been throwing all sorts of codes lately. Check engine lights, ABS lights. As much as I try and fix stuff, it just seems to never be perfect, but whatever. At least it works. So, onward. All right, so we made it to Hannah. It's a small town, probably about 2,500 people. And we're following the guy to his place here. So we made it out here. And the gentleman is a really nice guy. His name's Lyle. And this is the truck we're picking up today. Yep. We've got a new grill for it that he's got in the toolbox. We've got what we think are OEM GM doors here. We've got doors with power locks. We got the toolbox, all the trim. I've never owned a truck with this type of trim before. I've always had the steel screw-on trim, but I think this is kind of cool. It's factory orange. I think the black was painted on at one point, but it looks real good. We've got 15-inch tires on 8-bolt rims, so that's really cool. It's hard to find. Factory, everything underneath, everything looks beautiful. So I'm real excited about it. We're gonna load it on the trailer, whip her back to the shop and get the engine in and see if we can get her driving by tomorrow. Yep, and we got some tires for it from the guy too, so I'm excited about that. Homeward bound, my friends. Okay, so we made her back from Hannah. I'm just gonna leave her on the trailer and swap the engine in right on the trailer because I've got the crane. We can just lift her in, and it's honestly not that big of a job. So we'll get the engine in and then we'll drive her off the trailer. I'm gonna start on that today, I think. So under the hood here, we've got pretty much everything we need. The wiring harness is untouched. We've got a Turbo 400 factory exhaust. We even had the rad hoses kicking around under here. Power steering pump. So starters hanging out down there. So I kid you not, guys, this bad Ricky is ready just for an engine just to be, you know, descended down into here. Let's take a look at the trans fluid here and see how she's looking. I'm no expert, but that looks like it's extremely over full. We've got a radiator that's sitting in the back. This 305 that I'm putting in here, which I know probably is not the best engine to be putting in here, I rebuilt a year ago. We put a thumper camshaft in it, so it's really not the right engine for this truck. It's a low torque, high revving 305, but whatever. You know what, some guy will think it's cool to have a lumpy camshaft. So as you can see here, we've got the handy dandy crane. I've got the motor just, you know, sitting right here real nice. So we're gonna slam the flex plate on, put the clamshells on right here, and then we're just gonna drop her in. I got all the hardware I need. This engine is rebuilt, kind of, but it'll be good enough. All right, I decided to put the mic on. Just, why would I buy this $100 mic if I'm not even gonna use it? First, I'm gonna see if we can somehow sneak this in here without having to take the hood off. Uh-oh, we might make it. Unfortunately, I think I have to pull the hood off. But that's okay, I've done it lots of times. What's another time, you know? And if we can lift it up, pretty much I just solved all of my problems. Are we replacing the transmission seal? No. Should we be? You know what? I'm not very concerned about it. I'm sure it'll be fine. You know, this thing's just kind of a ripping around town rig anyways. We're almost lined up here already. All right, so we got the engine sitting in there. It's not, you know, fully bolted up yet because it started raining, the camera got wet, and everything just went to crap. But what we're gonna do right now is whip out to my brother's place where I have another truck parked, and I'm gonna grab the alternator, the distributor, and some other random stuff off that. All right, so we're out at my brother's place here. This is one of my parts trucks. Got my toolbox here. Man, this thing has cruise control even. I think this engine is a 350 actually. This is probably the engine I should be pulling. Ow. I don't really feel like pulling it out here in the sticks right now because it's on the ground. So anyways, I'm just gonna start pulling stuff off. I mean, they're a little cracked up, but I think they'll work. We need to grab the fuel pump. When you're pulling fuel pumps off a small block, get a swivel 7/16 like this on your power ratchet. Makes the job extremely easy. Now, I'm assuming that this fuel pump is still gonna work. You can always tell when something's pretty much factory if it still has that on it. Sometimes I just like to think of what it would have been like to grow up when these trucks were rolling off the lot, you know? It would have been such a cool thing. Take the wiring harness out of here. Ah, frick. Just broke it. There we go. So there's our distributor. We got, I think, everything we need. All right, after an extremely long and tedious, like 5 hours here, the motor is bolted in, the starter's in, transmission's bolted up, the exhaust is all on. I like to do all the annoying jobs first because then it's more fun and relaxing when you do all the easy jobs with the fuel pump, the carburetor, and the accessories and all that. And now I'm gonna start slamming in all the other parts here. So we're doing good. I was hoping to be farther along, but I kid you not, that one motor mount bolt took me like the better part of 2.5 hours to get in there. So I wish I could have shown you what I was doing. It was absolutely wild. We had the crane hooked up, multiple breaker bars, just a sketchy situation. We're gonna keep humming along here and hopefully everything goes good. I will see you guys when I'm done the fuel pump and a couple other little things. All right, let's go. Oh boy, what a day. You know, lots of little stuff done. Tomorrow we'll definitely be able to get her finished. I was hoping to have it done today, but hey, guess that's not gonna happen. Looks like we're gonna be 3 days into this. So buying, putting the engine in and getting it running is gonna be 3 days. So we're on day 3 here of this. What was supposed to be a quick 2 or 1.5 day project has now turned into a 3-day project. But we're still humming along. The next step here is getting the carburetor on, the power steering pump, the belts, and the radiator and all that. So we've got a couple hours of work here, and then we're just gonna fire it up and hope she runs just perfect. The break-in on this engine did not go good. Hopefully we don't have to deal with that today. Now, what I'm about to do here is not correct procedure, but it'll get the job done. I'm gonna use some right stuff to seal the carburetor. Okay, that bolt seems a little too loose. Fuel system's done. We've got her pretty much installed. The last thing I need to do is switch out these valve covers because these are aftermarket ones, and to be honest, they're just kind of junk. So I've got a set of factory ones that I'm gonna put on here. Got the radiator in, got the fan on, got all the accessories tightened up. We got the fuel system done. We got the radiator hoses all tightened up. Distributor's in. I've got to hook up a vacuum line, and I have to hook up a couple other little things. We're gonna see right away here. Is this bad boy gonna start? I don't know if we're getting a spark. So the camera died while I was goofing around and trying to get it running. And I will admit to you guys, it does run. The best part of the whole video, the camera shuts off, but I will show you just so you know. The radio works. Now what I'm gonna do is throw the tires back on. I just kind of blasted these with some paint. Just don't like that neon orange, you know. And then I bedlined the inside of the fender. So I'm gonna throw the wheels on, then we're gonna back her off. Okay, so we know that it runs, but now we're gonna find out, does it run, drive, and stop? And in order to find that out, we are just gonna send her right off the trailer and hope for the best. I don't have an air filter on right now, but that's okay. Shoot, the window thing just came off, which is kind of lame, but let's try it again. Neutral safety switch is a little sketchy. We kind of have some brakes. Well, we made it off the trailer, so let's go over here. Now it's working a little bit. Off we go. So I'm now gonna park it in the shop or up at the shop, clean up everything, and then we're gonna tune this bad boy and get it to idle right and figure out the brakes and get everything kind of cleaned up and working. We're gonna set the timing on this thing, see if we can get it to idle right. It idles okay, but then it dies once it gets warmed up. The annoying thing with these 305s is they have their timing mark way down here, which is very annoying to see. I'm gonna take it for a little test burn around the yard. The big camshaft definitely doesn't help anything. It runs real smooth. Well, she runs and drives and it moves. It needs a little bit of tuning up, but I think she's good. We got her done in 3 days. So like and subscribe and all that, and we'll see you in the next video. We're gonna be working on the come and swap some more soon here. But we got a new grill for this. We're probably gonna sell it. We'll see what happens. But anyways, thanks for watching. And until next time, we have another video coming out soon of a revival. Should be good.